Plant FAQs. Dracaena Janet Craig. How to care for Dracaena Janet Craig. Taking care of my Dracaena Janet Craig has been a rewarding experience. I make sure it gets bright, indirect light, though it can tolerate lower light conditions, which makes it quite adaptable. I water it moderately, letting the top inch of soil dry out between waterings, and I avoid overwatering to prevent root rot. Occasionally, I wipe its leaves to keep them dust-free and help it breathe better. Fertilizing it every couple of months during the growing season with a balanced, water-soluble fertilizer keeps it healthy. How to propagate Dracaena Janet Craig. Propagating my Dracaena Janet Craig was quite straightforward. I used stem cuttings to propagate it. I cut a healthy stem just below a node and removed the lower leaves. Then placed the cutting in water until roots formed, which took a few weeks. After the roots were well developed, I planted it in a pot with fresh potting soil, and it's been growing nicely ever since. Is Dracaena Janet Craig poisonous to cats? I was relieved to find out that Dracaena Janet Craig is indeed poisonous to cats. I have to be careful because I have a curious cat at home who loves to nibble on plants. So, I keep my Dracaena Janet Craig out of reach, either on high shelves or in rooms my cat doesn't frequent, to ensure both the plant and my pet stay safe. Can I propagate Dracaena Janet Craig baby that fell off? When a baby Dracaena Janet Craig fell off, I was excited to try propagating it. I let the baby air dry for a day or two to callus over the cut end, then planted it in moist potting soil. I kept the soil lightly moist and the pot in a warm, bright spot without direct sunlight. After a few weeks, the baby started to show new growth, indicating it had taken root and was on its way to becoming a new plant. How often to water Dracaena Janet Craig? I water my Dracaena Janet Craig about once a week, but it really depends on the season and the humidity levels in my home. During the warmer months, it might need more frequent watering, while in the winter, I cut back to every 10 days or so. I always check the soil moisture before watering to avoid overdoing it, as this plant prefers to dry out a bit between waterings. How to prune Janet Craig Dracaena. Pruning my Janet Craig Dracaena is something I do occasionally to keep it looking neat and encourage new growth. I use sharp, clean scissors to cut back any overgrown or leggy stems. I also remove any yellowing or dead leaves by cutting them close to the main stem. This helps the plant stay healthy and maintain its attractive appearance. Should I cut off brown leaves of Dracaena Janet Craig? When I see brown leaves on my Dracaena Janet Craig, I do cut them off. Brown leaves can be a sign of stress, such as overwatering, underwatering, or too much direct sunlight. Trimming them off not only improves the plant's appearance, but also helps prevent any potential issues from spreading. I make sure to cut them at an angle close to the stem to keep the plant looking natural. Where to buy Dracaena Janet Craig? I found my Dracaena Janet Craig at a local nursery, which I prefer because I can see the plants in person and choose a healthy one. However, I've also seen them available online through various plant retailers and even on platforms like Amazon. Shopping online can be convenient, but I always check reviews and ratings to ensure the plant will arrive in good condition.